Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Nick Gray, and today we're back with another smartphone camera comparison between the Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus and the Pixel 6 Pro, which I'm using to record right now. Now, as I do in all of these smartphone camera comparisons, everything that you see in this video is going to be recorded on both of these devices. So just keep an eye on the bottom of the screen to see which device and which cameras from that device are being used for the photos and videos that you see. So without further ado, let's jump in to see how these two devices compare in the real world. For those of you who aren't familiar with the specs of the cameras on these two devices, the Galaxy S22 Plus features a 50 megapixel primary sensor on the back of the phone with a 10 megapixel 3x telephoto camera and then a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera. As far as the selfie camera goes, it's a 10 megapixel sensor, though it can record 4K video at up to 60 frames per second, as can all the cameras on the back of the phone. And then the primary sensor can also max out at 8K video at 24 frames per second. As far as the Pixel 6 Pro goes, it features a 50 megapixel primary sensor on the back with a 48 megapixel 4x telephoto camera and then a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera. As far as the selfie camera on that device goes, it's an 11.1 megapixel sensor that can record 4K video at 30 frames per second, while the rear cameras max out at 4K 60 FPS. Here's a look at video capture from the rear cameras on the Pixel 6 Pro and the Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus. From the main sensor and then going into the 3x zoom on the Galaxy S22 Plus and the 4x on the Pixel 6 Pro. As you can see, the snow here is finally melting and we are finally getting a view of our yard, which we haven't in a very long time. It's nice to see that the weather is warming up just a little bit. It makes these outdoor shots a little bit more bearable for me. And this here's a look at video capture from the selfie cameras on both of these devices. As you can see at the bottom, 4K 30 FPS from both the Galaxy S22 Plus and the Pixel 6 Pro. It's nice to see at least some devices on the market these days that can capture 4K video from their selfie cameras. And here we have a look at video capture from the Galaxy S22 Plus and the Pixel 6 Pro in low light conditions, starting off with the ultra wide camera, moving into that main sensor. And then switching over to the zoom cameras on both of these devices. The Pixel 6 Pro does have that 4x zoom versus the 3x on the Galaxy S22 Plus. Close things off with video capture from the selfie cameras on both of these smartphones. It's really a toss-up from just looking at the screen to say which one is better, so we will have to take a look a little bit closer on the computer, but really nice to see both of these devices being able to capture 4K video in situations like this. But honestly, this is so much better than most other devices that are currently on the market, so honestly you can't go wrong with either of these. And that's going to do it for this camera comparison between the Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus and Google's Pixel 6 Pro. Let me know what you think of the results in the comments below and which device you would rather use on a day-to-day basis for capturing your photos and videos. I do have more smartphone camera comparisons with the Galaxy S22 Plus coming up, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for that. In the meantime, I'm going to get out of the wind because it is cold out here, so I'll catch you guys in the next one.